Welcome to the West Wing Week, your guide to everything that's happening at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. In the wake of historic and deadly tornadoes, President Obama traveled to Joplin, Missouri this week to see the devastation, visit with folks in the community who lost so much, and speak at a memorial service for those who lost their lives. Before arriving in Joplin, the president finished his week-long trip to Europe in Poland. On Memorial Day, he visited Arlington National Cemetery. That's May 27th to June 2nd, or one step at a time.
It's going to be tough rebuilding, but we're going to be there with you.
One step at a time is all we can do.
We're going to keep on being there. All right? God bless you. Thank you.
On Friday, May 27th, President Obama arrived in Warsaw, Poland, where he finished off a 6-day trip to Europe. In Warsaw, the president engaged in bilateral meetings with President Komorowski of Poland to discuss strengthening the U.S.-Polish alliance and partnership for the 21st century. Because of its extraordinary success, both as a democracy and as a market-based economy, Poland is a model and example for nations around the world working to build a stronger democracy.
One of the reasons I wanted to visit Poland,
jedną z przyczyn, dla których chciałem przyjechać do Polski,
in addition to Warsaw being beautiful,
oprócz tego, że Warszawa jest pięknym miastem,
was this is such an important model for success of democracy, markets, and integration.
dlatego, że Polska jest świetnym modelem, pięknym modelem, jeśli chodzi o demokrację, integrację i postęp.
He also got a chance to visit sites of remembrance, including the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier, the memorial to the Warsaw Ghetto Uprising, and the Field Cathedral of the Polish Army, where he visited a memorial to the victims of the plane crash that killed President Kaczynski, his wife, and much of Poland's military leadership last year. On Sunday, May 29th, President Obama traveled to Joplin, Missouri to see the devastation of the tornadoes firsthand. He was met by Missouri Governor Jane Nixon and other elected officials, FEMA Administrator Craig Fugate, and the people of Joplin.
How long did it last?
Seemed like forever.
It must have. Thank God you guys are all right. Yes, sir. All right. And
It sure is nice to see you.
well, I tell you, I was telling these folks, we're going to be here after the cameras go. We will keep on helping you guys rebuild.
After touring neighborhoods hit by the storm, the president talked about some of the folks he had a chance to meet.
I met an 85-year-old gentleman who still has a lawn service, who explained how he had just gotten his chicken pot pie out and the storm started coming and he went into the closet and came out without a scratch.
He then went to a memorial service led by local clergy and Missouri Governor Jane Nixon. At the memorial service, the president delivered a promise to the community that had been hit so hard.
There's no doubt in my mind what the people of this community can do. There's no doubt in my mind that Joplin will rebuild. And as president, I can promise you, your country will be there with you every single step of the way. We will be with you every step of the way. We're not going anywhere.
On May 30th, President Obama spent Memorial Day at Arlington National Cemetery. But first, he announced the nomination of General Dempsey to be the chairman of the Joint Chiefs, Admiral Winfield to be vice chairman of the Joint Chiefs, and General Odierno as the Army Chief of Staff, and urged the Senate to confirm them as swiftly as possible.
The leadership that each of you have shown has just been remarkable. And so I'm very proud that you guys are going to be part of the team, giving me good advice.
The president then traveled to Arlington National Cemetery, where he participated in the traditional wreath-laying ceremony at the Tomb of the Unknowns, and spoke to Americans paying their respects on those hallowed grounds.
Our nation owes a debt to its fallen heroes that we can never fully repay. But we can honor their sacrifice, and we must.
He also stopped at Section 60, where the president paid respects to servicemen and women who died in the conflicts in Iraq and Afghanistan. On Tuesday, May 31st, President Obama announced the nomination of John Bryson as the next Commerce Secretary. Mr. Bryson, who brings a range of national and international corporate and nonprofit experience to the job, will replace Gary Locke and take his role as a top economic advisor to the president.
Nothing has prepared him more for this demanding role, a role that requires delicate diplomacy, complex negotiations, and careful management of folks with strong views, than being the father of 4 daughters.
On Wednesday, June 1st, President Obama met with the House Republican Conference in the East Room to discuss bipartisan solutions to our nation's problems and lay out a legislative agenda that works for the American people.
Hello, everybody.
Later, President Obama was briefed on federal preparations for the upcoming hurricane season and stressed the importance of the team's approach in engaging the entire nation in emergency preparedness.
Oh, come, we got some special guests today. It's so exciting.
Invited me to join your staff.
On Thursday, June 2nd, the president dropped by a White House tour organized for local wounded warriors.
Your service to our country is what keeps us safe, what keeps us free. It means so much to all of us. I want to make sure that we're always there for you. We're making sure military families get the support that they need.
Later, the president met with the House Democratic Caucus in the East Room to talk about his balanced approach to reducing our deficit by $4 trillion over the next 10 to 12 years.
I don't want to spend most of my time talking. I want to spend most of my time listening or answering any questions that you may have.
To find out more information on any of these topics or to see complete videos of these events, go to whitehouse.gov. And thanks again for checking out your West Wing Week.
Happy birthday, dear David. Happy birthday to you. All right, I know we're